Jim Wakeford.
Thank you, Mrs. Nix. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. I first want to thank my right honourable friend for securing this very important debate today on Iran's compliance with the JCPOA. There have been many honourable and right honourable members who have perfectly articulated the dangers of Iran obtaining a nuclear weapon, and I add my voice to those concerns. For the sake of safety of our close allies in the Middle East, this issue needs to remain at the forefront of our foreign policy agenda. However, I'm also going to highlight a different issue to those of my colleagues. I'm going to focus on the mendacious and pernicious Iranian regime in being a real threat to Jewish communities in my very South constituency and beyond. Every member participating in this debate and all right-minded members of the House must continue to be shocked and appalled that a community here in the UK requires synagogues, schools and community centres behind gates with security guards. At this stage, I have to pay credit to the Community Security Trust for their work in keeping the Jewish community safe and secure. One of the many reasons they exist is because Iran remains a state sponsor of terrorism. The US government designated it as such in 1984. Iran directly and indirectly promotes terrorism against its perceived adversaries and includes Jewish and Israeli interests worldwide. Iran and their proxy of Hezbollah operate globally and possess international terrorist capabilities. The 2019 intelligence assessment of the US Office of National Intelligence stated that both Iran and Hezbollah will continue to develop global terrorist capabilities. In 2018 and 19 alone, authorities in Holland, Albania, Denmark, France and Germany arrested, expelled or blamed Iran for engaging in assassination and terrorist-related activities in their countries. Iran and Hezbollah have been responsible for numerous anti-Jewish terrorist attacks, plots and operations for over 40 years. The highest profile was the appalling bombing of the Amir Community Centre, which was ordered by Iran and executed by Hezbollah. CST's related reports have detailed over 30 examples of executed, failed or foiled Iranian and Hezbollah attacks worldwide, directed at other Jewish communities and Israeli interests across the globe. Indeed, here in the UK, there have been many outspoken rallies and public displays of support for the Iranian regime and Hezbollah. And who can forget the awful anti-Semitic chanting through the streets of London during the annual Al-Quds Day March. More recently, the Al-Quds Day March has been organised by the Islamic Human Rights Commission, who have a direct link to the Iranian regime through one of their co-founders. When General Soleimani, the commander of the Quds Force, was killed in an American drone strike, there were vigils in Luton, Manchester, Birmingham and London. And at one such event, the chair of the Islamic Human Rights Commission stated, "And we hope and we pray and we work hard to make sure that there will be many, many more Qasem Soleimanis." There are many more examples I could give, but I'm precluded by time constraints. So in conclusion, Madam Chairman, this is an organisation based here on our streets in this country. It's hardly surprising that Jewish people feel anxious. Iran must not be allowed to develop a nuclear weapon, but it must also be stopped from their mendacious actions both across the UK and abroad.